Aloha, I'm Corey Rosen-Lee, President of the Hawaii State Teachers Association, and I have good news to share. I want to thank the 21 senators that voted yes on Senate Bill 1474. What this bill does is raise the general excise tax a half penny per dollar. And what this does is brings in hundreds of millions of dollars to make sure that our keikis have qualified teachers and a good learning environment.
I rise to speak on the merits of Senate Bill 1474 SD2 relating to taxation. Members, we are here yet again to vote on a measure to increase funding for our public education systems. We know that we have needs in our schools. We have classrooms without proper supplies, equipment, or even highly qualified teachers. We cannot continue to wait and see if more money will magically appear or rely on a growing economy to put more resources into our classrooms. I know there are those who speak out against any raises in the GET due to its regressive nature, but I want to remind my colleagues today that with the exception of the 0.5% surcharge for rail, the tax rate for our GET has remained at 4% since 1965. Ironically, I will note that the Session Act of 1965 that raised it to 4% was Act 155. And 5 years ago, we passed Act 155, which was to build 21st century schools, which has still not happened. But since then, our population has doubled. Government services expanded. We have had federal mandates. But our largest general revenue tax stream, our GET, has remained at 4% for the state. I hope that this body will continue to support ways to fund our public education system by voting in the affirmative on this measure.
No one likes added taxes, and this is certainly not perfect. But every other effort to try to get significant more funding to teachers in schools so far has failed. We all know about the teacher crisis that we have, and that affects our next generation. So I will support any and all efforts that the teachers themselves support to try to get more money to our teachers. Thank you.
21 ayes, 3 noes.
Thank you. Senate Bill 1474, Senate Draft 2 passes third reading.
Thank you to all the senators that voted yes on SB 1474. So what's next? The bill crosses over to the House. Now, it's going to take an effort of everyone to make sure that the House votes on this bill and they vote yes. But it's too important. At the end of the day, remember, this is about funding our schools and funding our keiki to make sure that we give our keiki the schools they deserve.